flag. They want you to do all kinds of real boring things, like take a low position on the track and give the throttle some slack to reduce your speed. But I'm motherfucking Tony Stewart, I'ma hit the gas and have me some fun. And now I gotta get my sprint car washed, it's completely covered in some really dumb kid's blood. They say no one wants a race with old smoke no more. I just made a little boo-boo and hit Kevin Ward. Oops, slut, think I won't put that pedal to the floor and hit you like a golf ball while I'm yelling? These other racers ain't in it to win it. Just because you're wrapped around my tire, I ain't gonna stop spinning it. Get out of your car and I won't swerve to avoid you. I'll pretend you're a car wash and drive right through you. Whoopi Goldberg couldn't bring you back with a seance. That's a Ghost reference. That movie rocks. And I don't care if I was racing my own mother. She gets out of the car pointing her finger, I'll run her ass so goddamn right. How's my radiator taste? Crush all my competition to get in the first place. Racing ain't fun without violence, and Vicodin won't kill the pain that Tony Stewart's bringing in. My car's a chainsaw, but this brain's all dangling from my exhaust. 50 yards his body was tossed. Blood, guts, indie sprints, midgets, I'll kill you just to hear.
Tony Stewart wins it.
Bitch, I'ma kill you. You don't want to race with me. I made a hood ornament out of Kevin Ward's spleen. His severed balls are laying on the ground at turn 3. I ain't hitting the brakes, I'll turn you into ground beef. You're gonna be another racer dead for getting out of the car. Should've stayed in it instead. No one can beat me, even my opponent's dead in the street. Danica too, she ain't nothing but a girl to me. I said you don't wanna race with Tony. Why not? 'Cause Tony Stewart will kill you. Yeah, I'll run you over in my car. You don't wanna race with Tony. Why not? 'Cause Tony Stewart will kill you. Bitch, I'ma kill you. Like a NASCAR fan's dip cup, I'll spill you all over the asphalt while a bunch of hillbillies film you. Jump in front of me like you're playing Frogger. My sprint car's way too fast, you ain't gon' dodge her. I don't text when I drive, but I do play Candy Crush. And I just got the high score while turning your body to mush. Whoops, was that a kid that I hit? Yep, but I don't give a shit because I'm racing to win. I ain't never slowing down, they call me Smoke. And if I catch you jaywalking, turn you into a ghost. If you're a pedestrian, I'll send your body flipping and drag you through the twists and turns of Watkins Glen. I ain't done yet, this ain't the chorus. Step in front of me pointing your finger, bitch, I'll floor it. A blood stain is orange after you wash it unless you use a quality detergent like Tide, right, Jeff Gordon? Radial tire spinning, murder vehicular, knocking you out of your socks and catching it on video. I'm still turning left and making my millions, and Kevin Ward is hanging out with Robin Williams. I said you don't wanna race with Tony. Why not? 'Cause Tony Stewart will kill you. Yeah, I'll run you over in my car. You don't wanna race with Tony. Why not? 'Cause Tony Stewart will kill you. Joe Biden's 80 and a liar. Daughter shower fantasies, laundering money through the Ukraine. Now the whole country's on fucking fire. Filled with catastrophe, everything so fake and gay. Joe's burning this place to the ground while making mumbling sounds.
For people that bad at care.
Oh, retarded like he has downs, octogenarian clown.
I'll either be rolling an egg or being the good,
Biden's got Alzheimer's. Biden's got Alzheimer's. This country's on fire. The president has Alzheimer's. Somebody else has gotta be pulling the strings. 10% for the big guy. He weaponized the DOJ. So retarded he forgot his own damn name.
We can only re-elect Donald Trump.
Leader of the Western world, always sniffing little boys and girls. Joe's burning this place to the ground while making mumbling sounds.
True international effort to pressure.
Oh, retarded like he's got downs, octogenarian clown.
Shanga Koala.
Biden's got Alzheimer's. Biden's got Alzheimer's. The country's literally on fire. The president has Alzheimer's. Everything he says is fucking lies. Only $700 for Hawaiians. It was funny when he fell off his bike. Inappropriate showers with his youngest girl. This country's now a dystopian world, and he's gonna let it burn, baby, burn, baby, burn.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Biden's got Alzheimer's. Biden's got Alzheimer's. The country's on fucking fire. The president has Alzheimer's. He's got dementia, yeah, Joe. He's got dementia, Joe. We're gonna have nuclear war. I've been smelling my hole. I just got a sex change. It's already infected. It smells like shit and decay. Really good chance I'm gonna one day. At least I'll get more attention than all those normie gays. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to when a creature like me believes that it's true that he could just wake up and not be a dude. But he is. Oh, he is living as a new girl with a Y chromosome. You ask which men can be women, I'll tell you which can. The ones that trade their pole for a hole, and that hole really stinks, and it's covered in goo, and it smells like a combo of roadkill and poop. If I don't dilate it, it will heal shut and fill in. Tell me which man can be women. There's a global mission to turn peepees to giners. They'll do it to minors, they don't care. Lord, I got gigantic feet, but I cut off my beak. Both my butt cheeks are covered in hair. Still got an Adam's apple the size of a planet. My name used to be Craig, but I changed it to Janet. Got brainwashed by the internet, left holding the bag. I cut my penis off. I could have just been a It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to when a creature like me believes that it's true that he can just wake up and not be a dude. But he is. Oh, he is living as a new girl with a Y chromosome. You ask which men can be women, I'll tell you which can. The ones that trade their pole for a hole, and that hole really stinks, and it's covered in goo, and it smells like a combo of roadkill and poop. If I don't dilate it, it will heal shut and fill in. Tell me which man can be women. I've been smelling my hole. I got a sex change, and now I regret it. I should have just been fucking gay. Just been fucking gay.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed. I hate most people.
Now let's blow some shit up.
A listener named Ryan Harkness, he hit one out of the park.
Bunch of slap-jawed
mess around here, this stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
He can't see without his glasses.
1 minute we're laughing, the next minute he's dead. Why would God let this happen?
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
Listen up, Tampa Bay. Hollywood Hulk Hogan here.
I think I ate the bones. I ate the bones. I ate the bones.
Sinkhole. Sinkhole.
I spit on your spit.
I piss on your spit.
I shit on your piss.
I fart on your shit.
I laugh at your fart. We are friends again.
What's that?
I piss on your spit. I piss on your spit. I shit on your spit. I fart on your shit. I laugh at your fart. We are friends again. Hey! Hey! I piss on your spit. I piss on your spit. I shit on your spit. I fart on your shit. I laugh at your fart. We are friends again. Hey!
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is another installment of the Ryan Harkness Show right here on youtube.com/@Harkness Show. This program, this fine, I would say most entertaining program on YouTube, appears right here on YouTube every Sunday evening. That is Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. to whenever I run out of content p.m. And very glad to see everybody in here. I hope you had a good week. And I got a good show lined up for you guys tonight. Very excited tonight. All kinds of shit on the docket for you. Let's get into it. The beverage of the evening is Jim Beam on the rocks. And it's going to continue to be Jim Beam on the rocks. I think that one has served me very well recently. I am not a big drinker. The only time I drink is basically when I do this program once a week. And as a bunch of you know, I kind of hit it pretty hard, but that's what makes the show fun. I've learned in the past, don't get fucked up before a show. I never do that. I don't crack a drink until right when I send out the link at 7:50 on my Twitter. My Twitter being at Ryan Harkness _ or X as the kids are calling it these days. And I might remind you that this program is fully listener supported. That's right. I cannot do it without your monetary donations. So if you would be so kind as to go to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness Show and leave a little tip in my tip jar. And if you see there, I have a P.O. box posted on my little donations and socials form. And we're going to get into that later on when we talk about my first analog super chat that I just received from Mr. Daniel Maxfield. Are you in the chat, Daniel? I don't want to open up the envelope until you are in the chat if you are coming tonight. But yeah, we got a great show for you guys tonight. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and do me a favor and share out the link to this fine program on all of your various social media platforms. Yep. Again, this is the Ryan Harkness Show. I am your host, Ryan Harkness. Let's get into it. I saw in the chat, I haven't seen Band in a while. Buddy, I got worried, like, I thought you stopped watching and stopped showing up. I guess you just, had some stuff going on. I see you had a little pink eye situation. You got cat poop in your eye. I was considering I have a poop story myself today. I had a chore to do. A friend of mine is a nice young lady. She owns hey, what's up, Daniel? She owns a dog clinic. A dog, just a little veterinarian, just does dogs kind of deal. Small business, and she's a very good friend of mine. I've known her quite a while. And I tend to do like some handyman stuff for her when something breaks around the office or she needs, anything work oriented. I tend to come and help her out. And she called me today and said, and this is something that I've done several times before, I need you to help me with the filter on the clinic washing machine. Now, obviously, they've got linens to clean at the dog clinic, all kinds of poopy, messy dog beds and sheets and shit like that, whatever. And so they got a washing machine set there. And since it's for puppies and other canines, it tends to get dirty in the filter kind of quickly with all the hair and the shit and the fuzz and stuff like that. So it's kind of a task to change the filter or clean out the filter on that one. You got to move a bunch of shit, and she's a little chick, so it's hard for her to do. So, and she helps me out by like checking up on my dogs for free for my handyman exchange. It's kind of a good deal. And so I needed to change the filter to her thing over there. And it was kind of a bad situation because it was plugged up for a while. The machine was completely full of water. It was to the point where it doesn't drain anymore. And I could tell just by looking at it that it was filled with some nasty, poopy dog stuff. It's one of those front loaders that locks to where when it locks, you cannot open the door whatsoever. So I was faced with a conundrum because the machine was completely full of shit water, and the only way to drain it without opening up the door is, because you can't open up the door, is popping that filter off at the bottom. But anyway, I came up with a plan. I got one of those like at Advanced Auto Parts, those little hand pump suckers, those fluid transfer suckers, and I was going to put a little pan. It was not a lot of working room under there, but I was going to put a little pan under the drain. It's very low. So I got my little pan there. I'm like, all right, I'm going to use this fluid sucker to slowly, you just turn the filter thing, and I figured it would dribble out, and I could, use the transfer pump to pump the shit water into a 5-gallon bucket. I go to turn the thing very slowly, very carefully. I got a little trickle, and I'm like, all right, this is good. Maybe if I turn it a little bit more, the trickle will go faster, and, I could speed up this process. Turn a little more. All right, that's good. Maybe a little bit more to get it going faster. Boosh! An explosion of shit water all over my face. It flooded the utility room because that washing machine was completely full of this dirty, nasty shit water that had been sitting in there for what I assume was a few days, and it like really grossly fermented and shit. So yeah, that's my little shit story. I started out my day having to take a super hot and vigorous shower scrubbing doggy poo-poo water all off of me, but I was able to help her out and get that changed out. So Ban Garcia, if you get pink eye because you get cat poop in your eye, remember, we all get poop on ourselves sometimes. It's not a big deal, but you move on, and then you come right back to the show to be entertained. And that's the point of the show, entertainment, a couple hours of laughs, if I could do that for you. I don't know of any other show on YouTube. I'd like some suggestions. If you guys, like, YouTube is kind of a desolate wasteland now. Everybody good has been banned, or shadow banned, or kicked off the platform altogether. As far as YouTube goes, like, there's very few things that I really watch anymore. I got a handful of, like, content creators that I like to watch. It's nothing like podcasts or anything like that. It's kind of more like classic YouTube material. One of them is called Forgotten Weapons, and it's this dude, Ian McCollum, and he like goes over guns that are like hundreds of years old. I really like his channel, and I like Wrangler Star as well. But as far as like podcasts, like maybe something in the realm of what I do, that's like not really existent on YouTube anymore. So, if somebody has some suggestions, I'm out of shit to listen to when it comes to YouTube. I've kind of wandered over to Rumble or listening to nothing at all anymore because there is very little shit to listen to these days that is, still entertaining. But yeah, I was wondering if anybody has some YouTube suggestions. I'm open to it because this is a desolate wasteland, and I need some stuff for YouTube. But anyway, let's get into the show. We have all kinds of shit tonight. We have some really awesome right-wing cringe for you guys. Everything from Ben Shapiro to Tom Macdonald to Tim Pool. Everybody coming out with disgustingly gay and cringe content, and we're going to be going over that tonight. But let's start out with one of my favorite broadcasters in the world, Mr. Tim Pool and see what happened to him recently. I find him to be kind of a grifty McGrifterson, and I can't stand his dog shit show where he just basically reads AP articles and acts like a complete pussy on YouTube for money by grifting on people. Jimmy Dore, yeah, Wilco. I like Jimmy Dore. That's one I already knew about, but that is an example of like somebody who still does decent content on YouTube. Here's an example of a massive that does not do good content. And I think the lead up to this video is he throws a hissy fit after he invited a guest on. The guest said something mildly spicy, and Tim took the show off because he was scared. He doesn't want to lose his YouTube revenue. I got something playing. Let me figure out what that is. I think it's this. All right, that should be good. No more playing. All right, let's check out this Tim Pool video.
Might do if they get in charge of the government while they're
from my lefty friends.
What?
You know, is like
I think it's only fair that I don't take the heat for what you said, Jesse, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
He's such a nerd, by the way. And like another thing, when you invite a guest onto your show, it's unwritten broadcaster decorum to kind of foster their appearance. Like, I would never invite a guest on this show and shit on them and just dress them down on air. Like, I don't know, man. That's a fucking kind of gay-ass move to do. But he does it here since that guy said something that probably took away Tim's precious monetization or some shit like that. Let's hear what he has to say.
I'm getting people attacking my character now for having had to take the show down because you made 2 allusions to killing people. So I'm not trying to be a dick right now, but like I've got 500 messages of like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you taking the show?
Oh no, did people tweet you, Tim? Did you get some tweets? It must be so stressful making millions of dollars and getting questionable tweets. Daniel Maxfield says, where is that? Raging Dissident out of Canada. All right, give me a second. I am going to write that down and check that out later. Raging Dissident. I will check that out. But yeah, he's butthurt because Homeboy said something that's a little too spicy, and let's watch it, but I'll tell you what I would do in this situation.
Are you fucking with us? You're trying to make money.
So I thought YouTube took the show down.
No, I had to take the show down.
Okay.
I had to take the show down because you made 2 allusions within like the span of a couple minutes to murdering people.
Okay.
After I explicitly stated in the pre-show, do not make allusions to violence. Okay. Then went on to explain, we keep having people come here and saying they want people killed, or people should kill people, or they can be killed, or things like that. 18 minutes into the show, you had made 2 allusions to, one was the helicopter thrown over the Pacific Ocean. That's kind of like a...
Okay, that's a meme, Tim. The Pinochet meme of free helicopter rides. That is not against YouTube's terms of service. Here, watch. Let's see if I get popped. You know, it'd be funny if we gave people free helicopter rides. Political ne'er-do-wells and child molesters. We should throw them out of helicopters. I bet my episode will still be up.
We're gonna get hit for that probably, but
no, you're not.
We'll see what happens. But then you said you can go kill the human smugglers for all I care, and it's just like that's it. Like,
we could kill the human smugglers for all I care. Also, not actionable when it comes to YouTube's terms of service. You're not allowed to make direct threats or compel other people towards violence to a specific person. That's the rules, and you know goddamn well what the rules are, Tim. So this guy, I don't even know who this guy is, James something or whether. He made 2 comments. He made a Pinochet, let's throw him out of the helicopter reference, and he said, let's kill human traffickers for all I care. I mean, how is that actionable, Tim?
18 minutes into the show, you had made 2 allusions to, one was the helicopter thrown over the Pacific Ocean. That's kind of like a fuck. We're gonna get hit for that probably, but we'll see what happens. But then you said you can go kill the human smugglers for all I care, and it's just like that's it. Like, it's not a YouTube thing. It's Rumble would take us down for this. I've had
they
conversations
wouldn't.
with Rumble about it.
No way Rumble would take you down for saying something like that. Absolutely bullshit. And speaking of Rumble, I am going to start streaming on Rumble pretty soon.
just to broaden my horizons. I have 0 strikes on YouTube. My channel is, other than shadow banning, I'm completely clean of warning strikes, all that. So I have some boo-boos in my arsenal that I could take and make, and I'll still have a channel. But, you know, Rumble might broaden my audience horizons.
And so it's a question of, for the people...
But they would not even address a content creator that made a Pinochet helicopter reference, or say the human traffickers can die for all I care.
Or right now, who are slamming me, claiming that it's a big news day and I intentionally took the show down for fake reasons to make money.
Yes, that's what I think.
No matter what platform we're on, that show would be removed.
No, it wouldn't.
And we would face legal liability.
No, it wouldn't.
And so the question is, can we have a show?
Legal liability. Who would you face legal liability from? The human traffickers, Tim? Are the human traffickers going to call up and say, Tim Pool's Spicy podcast is threatening my life, saying they're going to throw me out of helicopters? How are you legally liable for that? For something somebody else on your show said? You're just being a massive vagina to protect your precious Google ABC Corp dinero that you make in spades. I get it. But you're still a massive
If we persist, that show would be deleted, and that would be the end of it.
Okay.
So all I can do is say, okay, well, that's it. You know, like I
okay.
tried. We take it down. That's all I can do, I suppose. And so now,
oh my God,
I get all the flack for it. It's not a fun job.
It's not a fun job. Speaking into a microphone and getting paid millions of dollars is not a fun job. Okay, buddy. Let's talk to some coal miners that have black lung, or roughneck oil riggers. I said riggers. That's not a fun job. Roofing in Florida in the summertime. That's not a fun job. You have a pirate blunderbuss and a ninja sword with a guitar that you suck at hanging up in the back of your wall while you read AP articles in your little nerd voice wearing a beaner. And look how morose you are.
It's the best job in the world.
It is the best job in the world.
I could just host my morning show where it's just me, and it makes...
Shit. What happened? My bad.
Okay.
And we would face legal liability. It can do, I suppose. And so now, I get all the flack for it. It's not a fun job.
It's the best job in the world.
I mean, I could just host my morning show where it's just me, and it makes $1 million a year, and not have to worry about any.
Excuse me? Did anybody know that Tim Pool had a morning show? Oh, it's just him, just Tim Pool in front of a microphone. I'm sure that's edge of your seat, thrilling content right there. He has a morning show, and he makes $1 million a year on that.
Coming in, I don't have to worry about employees dumping bacon grease down my drains and clogging up our septic system.
Bacon grease?
I don't have to worry about getting swatted 15 times and getting death threats all the time.
Oh, no.
I have to make money because people come on the show.
Tim, I pissed off Cat Turd's dumb boomer audience, and they sought out my family members and made death threats. I didn't talk for him and cry because somebody called you out for being a grifter. He is the worst. He is the worst of all these money-grabbing YouTube f***its. I swear to God, I cannot stand him.
Like, don't respect the space or whatever. Like, man, it is stressful. I was just talking about how people come in here and they just vape.
This dressing down of a guest. Now, I told you I'd tell you what I would do. If somebody said, and again, that guy said nothing actionable from what it sounds like, and Tim still took down the episode. He took down the episode because he his gay morning show that nobody listens to, well, some people listen to, makes $1 million. Think of how much his main show makes. He will go into no controversial realms because he was told not to. He was told not to, maybe not explicitly, but definitely through dollars. He is pushed, astroturfed through the fucking roof on every single platform with his milquetoast gay content. He is what you call the epitome of controlled opposition. He'll never go into the real solutions to the problems that we're facing in America. His show is, I'm kind of putting it in a nutshell, the trials and tribulations that America is going through and what maybe we should do to fix it. If that's the crux of your show, you got to go into some pretty dark areas like we have on this show many times. And you're going to be unpopular. And you're going to piss off the bosses at Google. Ban said, check out, he thinks Google is ripping off black content creators out of ad revenue, and they will have to back $90 million, pay back $90 million. Everything is money with Tim Pool. Everything is money. He has so much money he could make the gayest, most cringe music in the world. Well, we have a runner-up for gayest cringe music producers in the entire world, other than Tim Pool, and we'll get into that later in the program. But this little homo will never go into the areas that you're not allowed to go to, and that's why he's propped up. That's why he makes so much money on Google. That's why they just filter all the traffic towards him, because he's safe. You're never going to get into the nitty-gritty when it comes to Tim Pool. I do some pretty funky shit for YouTube, but I just word it correctly. You have to be kind of creative and, dare I say, intelligent to word things correctly and still remain within the realm of terms of service, but you've logged thousands of hours behind a microphone at this point, Tim. You could think on your feet. Why not do a show like that and talk about real shit? But no, it's just the same old, the Democrats kind of content. But what would I do if somebody came and said something actionable on my program? Somebody that I invited to be at my house and on my show? Well, I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. The very last thing that I would do is dress them down on fucking air to try to exonerate myself for the fat move that I made of deleting the episode because I wanted to make sure my money was safe. I definitely wouldn't do that. It is, somebody needs to give him a sandwich. The classic old Popeye sandwich. Somebody almost did that at one point. He pissed off some rapper, white rapper or some shit, some wigger, and he stood up to Tim, and Tim shit his pants. But, he is very punchable. Absolutely. The last thing that I would do is dress down another grown man on my program. I would never be on Tim Pool's program, number one, because I'd never be invited, but say in a hypothetical weird realm I was, and he spoke to me like this, you'd get some fucking clicks. I promise you. And I'm not a fucking tough guy, but there's lines that you don't fucking cross. And you're crossing a line, bud. Dressing down another grown man on your fucking program, it's a bitch fucking move.
Despite it's wild, dude. It's absolutely fucking wild. Like, we have to spend tens of thousands of dollars every week to cover travel and accommodation.
You have expenses.
And then we get people who come out here and they just like,
you have a business that has expenses
about anything we do. And I'm not saying you, it's just like, it builds up on you. And then when you are forced to make that difficult decision, it's all my fault. So I'm like, shit, man. I had a conversation with this. I'm an industry professional, a year ago, and I was like, dude, When I was just doing my morning show, I was a millionaire. Working 6 hours a day.
Oh my god.
Playing video games,
This
going out for
fucking
pizza, doing a morning podcast that was like number 50 in the world. And then we were like, let's do more. Let's take on the world. Let's fucking build
you're really
culture.
taking
Let's do
on the
another
world.
Show. Let's go to fucking war. And
really go
now
into
all
war.
of that money that comes in pays for employees, pays for a building, pays for infrastructure,
All right,
pays for
fuck this guy. I can't even get through this. Tim Pool is an absolute unabashed He is not talented. His content is not compelling. It sucks dick. And you know, God bless you if you're in the mind space to tune into that shit on a regular basis. Just from not only a broadcaster standpoint, but a man standpoint of fucking dressing down a guest on your program and preemptively in a very pussy manner taking down the episode because somebody said something spicy. Fuck you, Tim. You're fucking gay. And people knew you were gay a long time ago. Somebody that knew you were gay was, I don't really know who this guy is, but Millennial Matt. And Millennial Matt he understood the assignment, as kids say. And this tweet from him, I'm going to take your hat when I see you, and you're not getting it back. Pretty bold fucking statement to tweet at Tim Pool, but let's see how that played out from Millennial Matt. This was years ago, April 2017. Are you being serious, or is that a joke? Reply from Tim Pool.
I'm looking for Tim Pool. Have you seen him? I don't even know who that is.
Is Tim Pool around here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to steal his hat.
That beanie's going down.
It's a moment of truth.
Definition of the word bigot.
Oh, he took your beanie.
Have a good day.
Oh wait, you guys want to hear? Tough guy Tim Pool, who just got. Wait a minute, let's go back. Let's see what it looks like again. Oh yeah. There's the golden child of YouTube right there. I wonder why he wears a beanie all the time. Look at the glare on that dome. He's younger than me. Tim, look at this. Oh, this beautiful, lustrous blonde hair. There's so much of it. I should show pictures when I was a younger man and I had hair like down to my shoulders, like a real fucking but it was so nice. I got so much attention from the women because it's just something about having a full head of hair as a man that people just love. So why do you wear that beanie? But oh, that's why you wear that beanie.
I have a good day.
Bro,
Here, listen to Tough Guy.
you come near me ever again, you won't have any teeth. You understand?
Ooh, that sounds like something a 6th grader who just got punked on the fucking playground just spouts out of their mouth trying to sound tough. You come at me again, you won't have any teeth. You won't have any teeth.
You understand that?
I understand.
Don't fucking have any teeth. You understand that? You won't have any teeth. You won't have any teeth. You understand that? You come near me ever again, you won't have any teeth.
How can you
understand
not?
that?
I understand.
How can you do anything other than crack up when Tim Pool, this fucking looks you in the eyes and tell you you're gonna get your teeth knocked out?
Fucking touch me? Do you realize?
Shit, that's good stuff.
No one cared who I was when I put on beanie.
Good job, Millennial Matt. Yeah, too bad that's been forgotten. That is a meme that should go down in history. Tim Pool getting his beanie removed. I don't know what kind of issues that he has from, maybe a neglected childhood. Maybe his parents got divorced and fought outside of his room while he was playing video games. Shit like that has made him into the man-child that he is today. OMG, LOL, you noob said he got beanies deed. Bitch got beanies. Speaking of, having a rough childhood and your parents arguing about their divorce, I stumbled upon a brand new genre of video. People are just starting to get into this, but I find it to be very promising, and this fucking killed me. All right, this is a genre. Everybody knows what ASMR is. The weird, like sounds that's supposed to... I don't know if it's like a sexual thing. Usually ASMR is like done by attractive young women who are... I've never really watched that much of it. Let me see if I could find a quintessential example of ASMR. I think this will probably work. Let me see here. There's probably going to be an ad here. Let me skip through that. I didn't plan on showing an ASMR example, but hopefully this does the trick. Let me see if this will work. I'm not sure if it will. That would be dun 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 browser 1. All right, something like this. Let me see if this is a good example. It's usually a bitch like whispering, getting real close into the microphone and turning the gain up on the microphone and speaking really softly and making like S sounds like zip, 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 zip. Let's see if she does it.
It's
Yep.
GB.
Here it is.
This is ultra rare and specific ASMR. This is a series where I ask you, what are the ASMR triggers that you never get to see, rarely? No, you never do. You just eat it.
Oh, and they get like objects, and like crinkly objects and shit like that, and you snip, 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 into the microphone.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to do for you, but it does absolutely nothing for me. But ASMR is a genre. This is a new genre of auditory. I don't even know what ASMR is an acronym for, but this is a new type of ASMR. This is people around my age, maybe a little younger, usually a little bit younger, listening to their parents viciously argue outside of their room while they're doing, late 90s, early 2000s stuff like playing Minecraft or rewinding their favorite Disney movie. This is rewinding your favorite Disney movie while your parents fight in the other room ASMR. Shit, this cracked me up.
What are you doing? I'm going to say goodbye.
Chris, just
Don't. I want him to know why I'm not going to be here in the morning when he wakes up.
there's no need to traumatize him. No one's taking you out of here.
He's rewinding Aladdin on VHS on a fucking CRTV.
Traumatized. Where was all of this concern for trauma when you brought Al Fawcett over here for an open-door sleepover, Annie? Huh?
You want to punish me? Fine. But find another way.
Yeah, Tim Pool
Hey,
POV.
buddy.
OMG, LOL, you knew.
Annie?
This is what Tim Pool went through to turn him into the man that he is today.
I'm begging you.
Back off!
Stop.
Back up.
Chris, right now the only memory he's going to have of this night is us having dinner and falling asleep, wearing out those stupid VHS tapes.
I got so many questions about the people that created this content. Number one, I would love to share a drink with you. I would love to buy you a drink and pick your brain because you are a comedic genius. Number one. They got voice actors, both male and female, to do the arguing. They used filters on the audio to make it sound like they were in the other room. They referenced the VHS tape. Like, this is fucking phenomenal.
That's gonna be the only thing that he remembers. Are you delusional, Annie? He's not gonna remember us being upset. He's not gonna remember another man in my home.
You don't have to leave.
Oh, shit.
This is your home.
Don't do that.
We can just go to bed and do the work to get past this.
But you don't want to do that, Annie. You don't want that. You just want to get over and get past the little situation that you have gotten yourself in. Okay? The whole mommy loves daddy thing is a lie. And I'm not going to be a part of that.
Okay, you leave.
Pretty good acting, man. This is better voice acting than I've heard in a lot of fucking high budget productions. This is good.
Becomes permanent.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that makes it permanent is pretending like it didn't happen. Yeah.
Go. Just go.
Pinocchio.
Go.
It's going through the credits and then it's done. Oh shit. I never got this far, but that's funny as fuck. The VHS is now rewound. Oh my god. That's fucking brilliant. Well, there's more of these, ladies and gentlemen. I have a couple of them. There's that one. I didn't watch all the way through them, but just the premise alone is so fucking brilliant. I remember when this shit came out. Do you guys remember cup stacking in the late 90s? Red Solo cups that you... they actually had competitions where... And this was very... very popular around, like 11, 12-year-olds. You would stack the cups up and then, like, reduce them down to a single stack of cups. But the premise is, like, the speed in which you could do it. Like, kids would get really good at it. They'd get, like, 2 stacks and double fist a couple stacks of red Solo cups, and they'd be able to go stack them up and... go down. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I kind of got into it as a little kid. Here's the same concept. Kitty wants to play. Maybe he'll pop up here. Parents arguing ASMR during cup stacking. He looks up. Now this one, the production of this one makes me wonder too. Like, did somebody just take a YouTube video of a kid stacking cups, or is this guy in on the deal? I'm not sure. And what's that say on the little chalkboard sign in the back? I don't know. All right, I think he's in on it because he's not very good at the cup stacking. Ben, do you think the cup game got wiped out by beer pong? See, this is the one, and then you go. Let's see if he could do it. Yep. Oh, fuck. That's a good one. I think I got one more. Stop it, Yoda. I don't want your fucking Burger King ad. Let me see. I think I got one more. You can find playlists of this shit. Oh, no. Is this the same one? I think it is the same one, so that's not going to work. Let me find one more. My parents arguing loudly downstairs as you're uncontrollably crying over Northbound plays. I don't know what that is, so I don't get the reference. Oh, here's one. Playing, and I'm a little bit too old for Minecraft, but I could assume, like many children of the early 2000s were playing Minecraft when they heard something like this outside their door. This is my favorite genre of ASMR, hands down. You guys get it. You guys get it. Brilliant. Whoever came up with that fucking concept. I love it. That is funny as fuck. All right. This is the Ryan Harkness Show, by the way. Thank you for tuning in now. If you just tuned in, I am your host, Ryan Harkness, and I am here to make you laugh for a few buccarinos if you so feel it appropriate to do so. You could throw a tip in my tip jar by going to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness Show to send me a super chat. Let me check the dealio, see if any of those came in. Dun, 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 dun. Refresh this guy. And noperino. Got no super chats, but guess what? You see that P.O. box there? There's a reason for that. The reason for it is because one of my most insane listeners, Daniel Maxfield, went through the trouble of getting out pen and paper, stamp an envelope, and sent me my first... And I nuked your address, buddy, so you can't see it. You can't see the envelope very well anyway. But yeah, you could go to P.O. Box 1827, Brooksville, Florida, and send me an analog super chat. Not a digital one, but an analog. And that's what we have here. I think we'll read this for the first time. I'm going to crack it open live on air. This is... I don't even know what it is, but... It is, since Daniel Maxfield took the time to send a real super chat, not just one on the internet, it already means more than practically any super chat I've ever gotten. And I highly, highly recommend people have the gumption that he does. And it doesn't even have to be money, but you could send me gifts, gold bullion, unwanted pets at P.O. Box 1827, Brooksville, Florida. And I will open it live on air. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my first analog super chat live on air from Mr. Daniel Maxfield. Let's see what we got. All right. Starting out, we have, this looks to be perhaps from a seed catalog. Hot peppers. We have the Apocalypse Scorpion. I actually have a bottle of scorpion pepper hot sauce down there that I eat practically every night. An assortment of all kinds of peppers and seeds, sweet peas, all kind of stuff on this page, which is curious. So that's what it's wrapped in. What else do we have in here? From Mr. Daniel Maxfield. Oh, we have a letter. This is my first analog super chat, handwritten from Mr. Daniel Maxfield, and I'm going to read it now on air. Now, holy balls, I got blitzed last night. I think I know when this came from. This came from the episode, probably the night of Cat Turd Bingo, where it was somewhat of an on-air drinking game. And people in the chat played along, and I know I was fucked up, so I assume people in the chat, if you played along, got fucked up as well. So that's my guess. But holy balls, I got blitzed last night. I think I will pump the brakes here and keep it California sober for showtime. I could be a belligerent bastard when I get crossphase. Thanks for the much-needed laughs. Your show has become an appointment interest for me. Be well. That is the super chat from Mr. Daniel Maxfield. However, that's not everything that was in the fucking envelope. Along with that, in the envelope, we have something else. Ladies and gentlemen, my first analog super chat. And you're not supposed to send cash in the mail. You should never do that. But if you're cool as fuck like Daniel, you will send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 $20 bills, ladies and gentlemen. The big $125, $120, $100 super chat. Let me make sure I got them all. A $100 fucking super chat from Mr. Daniel Maxfield, ladies and gentlemen. Old school, fucking the way it should be done in the mail. I love it. Thank you, sir. You are, so far, the perhaps, other than maybe Rex, no, I think you have surpassed Rex, Warden. Daniel Maxfield is the new high roller here on the Ryan Harkness Show, and he sent cash. So you know what? I'm definitely going to report all this income to the government, because that's what you do when you make money online. You have to report all that cash that people are cool enough to send in the mail to you to the government as income. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to call my accountant today and say, you know what? Daniel Maxfield sent a $100 super chat, and I would like Uncle Sam to know about it. Uncle Sam needs to know about this super chat, because I want to do my part. Here on the Ryan Harkness Show, it's all about paying your fair share. Mr. Daniel Maxfield paid his fair share to pay for this show. Is free. It's free by, out of the goodness of my heart. If you don't have the buccarinos to fucking fork out big dick money like Daniel Maxfield, I still want to provide you with some laughs and shit. No sweat off my sack. But this man sent cash. And when you send cash, it must be reported. It must be reported, and you guys, you got to pay your fair share. And this guy will talk about paying your fair share for sure.
Hey guys, John Robinson here. And if you're sweating paying your tax bill next year, don't worry about it. The government took care of it for you. Allow me to explain. You see, the fact of the matter is there were so many people, mostly American patriots, who said, I don't care what the consequences are. I will not continue to pay taxes to a corrupt government that doesn't represent me. So IRS is already down 25% from last year. But you see, the one thing with people who've never worked a day in their life but yet want to make rules for the rest of us, they always overdo themselves and kill the goose that laid the golden egg. So in addition to crashing that economy, they've created a situation where people have a choice. Keep a roof over your family's head or pay taxes. Feed your children or pay taxes. Live a little bit like...
You guys like me. I mean, I'm going to take, I guess it's going to be $20 out of this $100 super chat sent by Daniel Maxfield, and I'm going to have to give it to the government. I mean, that's only fair. That's what you have to do. But you guys as taxpayers, I know you feel that hurt. I own a small business, maybe one or two small businesses, and I've got my tax payment set up. Thank you, Daniel. Truly fucking appreciated, buddy. Hey, you want to send more money in the mail? I am fucking all for it. But yeah, if you have a small business, you can accumulate your income, and at the end of the year, look at the books and be like, oh fuck, I gotta dish out 15 grand. I gotta dish out however many grand. I do it to where it just sucks out of my shit every quarter. Every quarter, it looks at my payroll and what I've made and all that kind of stuff, and it just fucking, it sucks it right out of my fucking bank account, my corporate bank account, and I see that money come out of my paycheck, my personal paycheck every week. If you've ever owned a fucking business and you run like a payroll with yourself on it, say you wanted to pay yourself $500, a $500 paycheck for the week, you're going to pay employer taxes. Your company's going to pay employer taxes of about probably $80 on that $500 paycheck, and you are going to get your personal paycheck is going to get taxes taken out of it as well, which is probably another $75 out of that $500. So every $500 you want to pay yourself, it actually costs you $660, and that $160 just goes to the the government. So I know some of you guys know how that shit is. It fucking hurts. And it hurts so bad that I think people think like this man.
fucking human being or pay your fucking taxes. The fact of the matter is, so many people are not going to be able to pay their taxes this year that the people who just up and decide fuck them and
I'm gonna
file
pay
exempt
mine
on their fucking forms is going to totally overwhelm the IRS, including those 80,000 gun-toting Nazi motherfuckers who have been harassing us for years. Let's face it, folks. We all know publicly. We've asked the IRS for
11 million a day. Wilco, is that true? If you're, what do they get, like 3 or 4 billion a year? I guess that really is like $11 million a day out of your paycheck to Israel.
that states a wage earner has to pay taxes, and they cannot provide it because it was never legal in the first place. When you work and somebody gives you money or some form of compensation, that's not profit, that's an exchange, and it was never intended to be taxed.
Oh, what's going on?
So the government's going to self-destruct. It's going to totally overwhelm the system. And in reality, let those motherfuckers try driving their car with no gas in it. If you like what I'm saying, give me a hell yeah and a fuck you to their paperwork.
Hell yeah, brother. Fuck yeah. You know, I've heard throughout the years, there's been a lot of characters like him. The whole, like, you don't really have to pay taxes. Just don't file. I've met a lot of people like that. They're like, just don't file taxes. Like, if you own your own business or something, just don't fucking file. They don't come after you. I don't know if that's true. I've always been too fucking big of a pussy to do something like that. But, you know, how many things that we've seen within, especially like the last decade or so, that are such a house of cards, thin veneer facade of just bullshit smeared over what the truth is underlying in it. It might be true. It might be true. If you don't fucking file and you just stack up your money, you never have to worry about fucking paying taxes unless they eventually come after you. Now, I don't advocate for that. I always pay my taxes. Like, out of that big $100 super chat that Daniel Maxfield sent me. And if you want to catch up to Daniel Maxfield, you could go to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness show and contribute to the program for the entertainment that you're getting tonight. Or, since he made that contribution, I now have my P.O. Box 1827, Brooksville, Florida. That's how you contribute to the show. But Ask Wesley. I think only like the Wesley Snipes of the world actually get popped. I don't know, but you know, I've heard from many people like that said, you file your fucking taxes. What are you, a fucking idiot? Just don't do anything. I've been doing it for 30 years. Nobody's fucking come after me. I don't know. It's just food for thought though. But anyway, thanks again to Daniel Maxfield for, and I wouldn't say that out loud, have not filed since Daniel Maxfield, who is definitely filing his taxes every year. It's not like he hasn't filed since 2019, for that big $100 analog super chat. One of the coolest things that's ever happened to this show. Now, we've gone through the whimsy. Let's get into the dark and dreary. How's the border going, you guys? Anybody know about this?
On Monday, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled that the Biden administration is legally allowed to open the border by force to cut down razor wire along the Rio Grande sector of the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas. The usual suspects voted for this: Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, Ketanji Brown Jackson, but they were joined by so-called conservative justices John Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett. So in response to this ruling, which shocked many, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, drafted a letter, not simply to the administration, but to the world. And here's part of what it says. Under President Biden's lawless border policies, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed our southern border.
6 million, Wilco.
That is more than the population of 33 different states in this country. This illegal
I don't know if you guys absorbed what he just said, the numbers-wise, but let's hear those stats again about, like, the population size in states.
Administration, but to the world. And here's part of what it says. Under President Biden's lawless border policies, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed our southern border in just 3 years. That is more than the population of 33 different states in this country. This illegal refusal to protect the states as in
33 different states don't hold the population, numbers of the amount of illegal immigrants who have just recently fucking come over the border.
unprecedented harm on the people all across the United States. Abbott goes on to say the state of Texas has the authority under the Constitution to, quote, protect itself. That authority is the supreme law of the land, and it supersedes any federal statutes to the contrary. And then, following very quickly, 25 other states with Republican governors.
All right, so look at this. Texas gave a big fucking double tall man to the federal government. You know, I live in Florida. Florida is the true free state in the United States, and Texas has always been, we rootin' tootin' fucking, we're the real Americans. Yeah, you guys lick a boot if it has a, Texas emblem on it. You'll suck the state's dick if that is the state of Texas. In Florida, you cannot get barely nary a one of us to succumb to any laws that we disagree with. And that's why I live here. And that's why I think Florida is the true last bastion of America. But Texas becoming a solid second runner-up by throwing a double tall man up to the federal government when they said, you better take that razor wire down and let those illegals in. Nope. But what happened when they did that? Fuck. I lost my place. Where's that map? There we go.
Florida.
All right, so this is the red, obviously, is the states that that pledged their National Guard support to the state of Texas in the face of Biden's demand to take the fucking barbed wire down immediately and open the fucking floodgates. I know these are some of the more rural states in the country. However, these are the most armed states in the country, undoubtedly. As they say, fuck around and find out.
Constitution to, quote, protect itself. That authority is the supreme law of the land, and it supersedes any federal statutes to the contrary. And then...
So, in the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, states that if the federal government obfuscates its obligation to protect our borders, which is crystallized in the Constitution that they have to do so, the states can, by any means necessary, take up the mantle of that obligation and do it the fuck themselves. And that appears to be what's going on.
Very quickly, 25 other states with Republican governors signed a letter pledging their support to Texas and its constitutional right to defend itself and this country. Those states include Ohio, Florida, Utah, Nevada, and many others. And then the Biden administration responded. The administration threatened these states, and particularly Texas, with a, quote, 24-hour deadline to allow Border Patrol to reopen the border and to take down the barbed wire. Clearly a collision course. What happens next? We're thankful to be joined now by Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, who joins us by phone from India. Governor Abbott, thank you so much for joining us.
From India? What the fuck is up with that? Yes, thank you. I'm very, I would be very disappointed and upset if people were flooding over my borders as well. I understand your frustration. This is paraplegic Greg Abbott. I'm here to help you with your border crisis. So India, what the fuck are you doing in India?
Administration declares that it plans to federalize the National Guard of the state of Texas, your National Guard. What will be your response?
Well, first, I'll be shocked. That would be a boneheaded move on his part, a total disaster. But for one, as you might imagine, we are prepared in the event that unlikely event does occur to make sure that we will be able to continue exactly what we've been doing over the past month, and that is building these barriers, whether it be the concertina wire or other anti-crime border barriers, whatever we've been building. The Biden administration is now trying to attack us because of it, and we will.
You guys, they're pouring over
exactly what we're doing to expand
here. I have
our denial.
I have some footage of what that looks like.
with state employees,
as they're
I assume,
pouring
not
over
with
the
National
border.
Guard. But can you envision a scenario in which you would put armed
You guys,
state employees on the
is-
border instead of the National Guard of Texas?
This is what it
We
looks
do
like
have
as they're
other armed
pouring
state
over the
employees
border.
on
I know
the
Wilco
border
will like
as we
this.
speak right this minute. And
This is an
the
actual
Texas Department of Public
photograph
Safety,
of
as
the
well as
migrants
other law enforcement
pouring over
as
the
well as
Rio
National Guard
Grande.
from other states. And you can be assured
Very
there will be
disturbing.
more National Guard from other states and more law enforcement officers within
We
the
need
state
the
of
National
Texas
Guard
and
to
other
break this
states.
up.
And, Tucker, I just signed a new law in the state of Texas that will go into effect on March the 5th that authorizes any law enforcement officer in the state of Texas to be able to arrest
Like a
anybody coming
Grateful
across the
Dead
border illegally.
fan?
Have you
Wilco?
spoken to the president or anyone from the Biden White House about what appears to be an imminent collision?
I have not, to be clear. I have spoken to the president about the border. I met him on a tarmac in El Paso and talked to him directly about what was going on. I handed him a letter that had in it immediate solutions he could take that would immediately secure the border without the need of any new law to be passed. Despite the fact that I handed him on altogether
OMG.
8 different letters, he has refused to ever respond. My point in telling you that, we have laid down the precursor of what's called Article.
So quick aside here. Is this show of force by Abbott and the state of Texas kind of like a paper tiger? Is it bullshit? Like, I can't help but to be a pessimist. I got a cat hair all over me now from loving on the kitty. I think there's been times in the past, and Tucker even shit on Abbott in the past. Like, why don't you just fucking do what he did now? Why don't you do that? Why didn't you do that previously? Like, why are you just allowing this to go on? I don't know. There's something that this border thing is huge when it comes to the globalist New World Order plan. It is objectively something that they have been harping on for years and years and years. No other country does this. No other country on the planet just allows people to cross into their shit and immediately upon entry starts giving them money, cell phones, fucking bus tickets, plane tickets to where it's a bizarre thing. And it makes you think, like, no other country does this. Like, are we really a country anymore? Are we really a country, or are we just like a giant shell corporation for the largest shell corporations and rogue governments on the planet? I know what you guys feel in your heart. It's the same thing that I feel in my heart. If I have lines drawn in the sand, my own personal borders. My borders are kind of like, the borders of my property. If anybody crosses those borders and I feel threatened by them, they're going to catch hot ones, be them a muchacho or a federal agent. That's just the way it is. I don't break any laws. I think we have a rogue government that's out to get people like you and me, real Americans who feel like there is still an America that can be salvaged. But other countries don't do this. No other countries do this. Because that's kind of the definition of a country, having borders and having a culture maintained within those borders. And I'm preaching to the choir. You guys know this. These aren't just, remember when it was just Mexicans? God damn, I miss the days when it was just downtrodden Mexicans. That would be the shit if it was just Mexicans crossing the border. That photo that I'm looking at looks way darker than the sun-kissed brown skin of a Mexican. These people are coming from Somalia, Haiti, India, Pakistan, Syria, all kinds of fucking places that aren't really oh, this kind of reminds me, I saw a video earlier of a dude, like, you've seen these videos where guys get kind of intercepted on the border and somebody like an independent journalist, kind of YouTuber guy. Usually it's like a Mexican American guy that speaks Spanish. He goes up to all the people and he's like, "So where are you from? ¿Dónde estás?" And most of them are like Venezuela, Guatemala, and shit like that. But they'll go up to the black guy or the Indian guy, and he's like, "De dónde eres?" And he's like, I'm from Pakistan, and you're gonna see me again." One of them said that. So if somebody who's a mod has seen that fucking video, go check that out if you can post the link to it. I can't do it live. But the dude is like, "Yeah, my name is whatever, and you're going to see me again in the news, I promise you." And then he just hops over the border. Like, that's the shit that we're dealing with. This shit is weird.
Section 4 of the United States Constitution to show that we have been invaded, and we have demanded
Yes, Fred
support
Fee.
from the president.
God bless
to
and repent,
safeguard our
all of
state,
us.
And they have refused to do so 8 times, and that authorized me to declare an invasion under Article
I just caught that from Daniel Maxfield. Hot Wheels, this happened for the last 3. Exactly. That's why I was questioning it. Like, this has happened for years, and now he turns up the heat? Like, what's... I don't know. It's just... I like it, on face value. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, but exactly, why didn't you do this 3 years ago?
Section 10 of the Constitution to make sure that Texas is going to be able to use every tool in our arsenal to defend our state.
Of the couple of dozen Republican-led states who've pledged support for you, how many do you think would send National Guard to Texas?
I'll be shocked and disappointed if almost all of them do not send. There have been about 10 so far that have sent National Guard or other law enforcement. They now are joined together with us, and this is a fight for the future of America, and they all know it. And so I believe that they will all be in on December.
It's just a remarkable moment, and I know you're heading out, but my final question is, how do you see this resolving? What happens next?
Well, Texas is going to continue to expand the border barriers that we are erecting, the razor wire that we're putting up, and to continue to gain control of more land over the coming months. I believe, however, that this will all come to an end on January the 20th of next year, because I believe a new president will be sworn in, a president who will actually enforce the immigration laws of the entire country, not just the Texas border, but New Mexico and Arizona. And California.
I think that's probably not going to happen. But for reasons that I've gotten into on this program before, but let's get a quick synopsis. I put this is another Tucker. In this one, he gives like a quick rundown of the numbers, but it's just like a bullet point thing to remember when you think about the gravity of what's going on. Not what's going on, what has gone on. People have poured over that motherfucker for a long time. And you're going to eventually see it wherever you live, practically. Especially in the big metropolitan areas and shit like that. If you live out in the country, you're a little bit bolstered from that. But if you think, well, let's get the numbers from them. But however number of million people have entered, I think it's approaching close to like 10%. It eventually will be 10% of the existing population of the United States has just crossed over, and they're trying to give them voting rights. They're trying to give them this and that. Here's a quick rundown of the numbers.
Numbers you need to understand. Yale University released a study last week by 3 researchers, all of them liberal, I believe, who concluded that the actual number of illegal aliens in this country is not 11 million. It's north of 22 million. 22 million. Fact 1. Fact 2. The Democratic Party is now, as a matter of policy, calling for the legalization of all illegals in this country. Citizenship voting rights. 22 million new voters. Fact 3.
That's a great idea,
majority
you
of
guys.
first-time immigrant voters vote Democrat. Fact 4.
2 million.
The largest margin in
My ass.
American presidential history was 17 million votes. 1984 election between Mondale and Reagan.
And Reagan, yeah.
17 million. You would add to our voter rolls 22 million at least permanent electoral majority in perpetuity. That's what this is about. It's not about making the country
2
better,
million
serving our
last
labor
year,
needs,
says
helping the
Ban.
population. It's about putting Democrats in power forever. That is the truth of our immigration debate, period. These are the numbers you need to understand.
So I know Band is like one of those based Mexicans that been here a while and slams the door behind him. Like, no, look, do you even speak Spanish, Band? I have to know. ¿Hablas español? ¿Tienes la habilidad que hablar la idioma de español? No sé. Es posible, sí, pero también es posible, no. But yeah, Band, like, slammed the fucking door of freedom behind him and is like, you fucking beaner, stay out. But it's not, like I said, I wish it was Mexicans. I wish for the fucking love of God it was, you do speak Spanish. So you know what I said. Those were the good old days. I love Mexicans. I would, if you know, I don't want any more people here than what has already come. But if we were blessed with anybody, it would be fucking Mexicans. Do you guys, I don't think I have any Indian dot listeners. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But have you ever tried to do business with an Indian that lives in America? It is, you know, Jews get a bad rap for being cheap or whatever. That title needs to go to Indians because they are fucking ridiculous when it comes to, I mean, just doing a regular job for them. It's like you're on the streets of Agrabah in Aladdin and they're just like trying to bump you down. And I don't know. We don't really do that here. If you have a good or a service and it costs a certain amount of money, that's what it is. Negotiate, unless you're like dealing in the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars when it comes to a job. But like, try to do a $500 job for an Indian. And they're like, can you do any better? How about if you hinge juice? Look, hinge juice. I like that. They are the worst, man. They fucking, in my business, I've probably serviced no more than, I don't know, 100 Indians before I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. Just because there's been like literally on one hand that I could count like one or two of them that have acted like normal American people when it comes to doing business. The rest of them are just annoyingly fucking all about bumping the price of whatever it is down to the point where it feels disrespectful. And I'm to the point where I get a phone call and I hear, yes, I'm needing some duper. I'm like, no. I just hang up the phone. If I see on the caller ID, it's like Mr. Panjap Dupajeep. Fuck it. I don't even answer the phone. Even if I need the work, I don't fucking do it. Because they're Hindus. They're so bad when it comes to fucking doing business. It's terrible. This has been a great administration when it comes to the border. But they, Texas said fuck you. And the fuck you was answered. And, this is a very feminine administration. It's very passive. I know Biden doesn't run it. That's fake as fuck. He's just, Weekend at Bernie's puppet or whatever. But whoever really is, like, running it has to be a fucking gay guy or, like, a fat white woman. Because the retaliation towards taxes is very gay and feminine. They have basically imposed sanctions on out of the fucking blue on the exportation of natural gas, and Texas exports a lot of natural gas. So to financially hit our own United States citizens, the good people of Texas, the Biden administration is cracking down on climate change, specifically natural gas exportation.
So today, the Biden-Harris administration announced a temporary pause on pending decisions on exports of liquefied natural gas.
Natural gas.
To certain countries until the Department of Education can update the underlying assessments. And so today.
Yeah, so your national gas is now this happened immediately after Texas was like, "Fuck you, we're keeping the barbed wire up. We'll even put up more." All of a sudden, the administration is like, "You know what? We're gonna pinch off our national." I said national gas like maybe she had a couple fucking Jim Beams as well. We're gonna pinch our national gas. And a lot of it comes from Texas. That's a huge fucking industry from there. So guess what? If our exports of national gas get pinched off, do you think Europe or any other country that buys natural gas from us is going to use any less? No, they're going to still use it, but where are they going to get it from? Oh, yeah, Russia. I thought we were at a proxy war with Russia. I thought they were the fucking bad guy. But we just handed over billions of dollars worth of natural gas industry to fuck over Texas, our own American citizens. We are fucking crushing it, you guys. You know what? We could probably vote our way out of this. I'm sure we can. Let's see what the man himself has to say. Oh, yeah, this is all because of climate change, of course. A totally real man-made thing.
We have to fight for clean air in our communities. To lower costs for American families, including energy costs. Today's pause on new natural gas export approvals recognizes the climate crisis for what it is, the existential threat of our time. It's a threat, a serious threat.
This is the best audio you could get. You are the White House, the executive branch of the United States, unlimited money. You are absolutely the people that could just print money. This is their audio quality. I'm just a little fucking do-it-in-your-house YouTube broadcaster. And I want my show to sound nice. I want it to be at least somewhat pleasing to the ear. I don't want anything abrasive or fucking tinny. I have decent microphones, decent equipment. Not the top of the line or anything, but I want to have a decent production. This is the audio quality of the White House and the President of the United States speaking into it. It's obviously like, fuck it. Like, we don't care about any of this. Whatever.
We have to fight for clean air in our communities.
It sounds like he's in a fucking
American families, including energy costs.
Texaco bathroom.
Pause on new natural gas export approvals recognizes the climate crisis for what it is, the existential threat of our time. It's a threat, a serious threat.
Daniel Maxfield says Texas is the largest exporter of fucking that dumb bitch has that in my head. Natural gas in the world. In the world. And all of a sudden, out of the fucking blue, we decide to put self-imposed sanctions on natural gas. Like, who is falling for this shit? Texas has a pretty large population, pretty large voting population. You would think they'd be able to put a big dent in the next election. We'll see. We'll see. Look, it's 2024. This is an election year, an election cycle. There's going to be some shit towards the end of the year. 2024 has already been pretty fucking lit. I promise you, some shit is going to go down this year. 'Cause it has to. They're going to cheat so hard to keep Trump out of office. So fucking hard. If they have to. I'm not even sure they have to anymore. But it's going to get fucking weird. Here's just some more fun recent Biden that I threw in the mix.
Beer brewed here.
Oh, there's it. Let me give you the transcript before. He says, "In beer brew here, ish use to make the brew beer here. Ish we're fin Earth Rider. Thanks for the Great Lakes." Now, you would think, no, Ryan, you're fucking full of shit. The president didn't say any of that stuff. That's a bunch of gibberish. We only put a competent, cognitively excellent man in the position of running the most powerful country in the world. That transcript is fake. Let's see if it's fake. Does he say, in beer brew here, you should make a brewer here, you should, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refiner. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's saying. The beer
It's just,
brewed.
it's fucking... Come on, man. Oh, Earth Rider, I believe I could thank you for the Great Lakes.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refiner. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's saying.
It's nothing. It's just, it's fucking pure mumbling retard gibberish. We are doomed. We're fucked. Oh, Earth Rider. Oh, Earth Rider.
Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. Oh, Earth Rider. Oh, Earth Rider. Oh,
What does
Earth
that
Rider.
mean?
Oh, Earth Rider, thanks.
Oh, Earth Rider. 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 Thanks for the Great Lakes, you fucks. And thanks for a dying nation. Oh, Earth Rider. I got some more Biden fun. These are just things that when I was researching the whole Texas border situation, came across my desk. This is Biden basically calling Elton John an AIDS-ridden it.
By the way, it's all his fault that we're spending $6 billion in taxpayer money this month to help AIDS.
Ooh. By the way, this fucking cocksucker right here is why all you fucking rainbow sissy have AIDS in your butts.
By the way, it's all his fault that we're spending $6 billion in taxpayer money this month to help AIDS.
Thank God we're helping AIDS. That's just something that came across organically across my timeline. That's the president of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to remind you that the border crisis is fucking escalating. This is an actual, not AI generated picture of not only the border, but the reasons that the border is fucking the way that it is, wide open, full of ne'er-do-wells, the refuse of the world, populating our once great country. Yeah, look at them just pouring over the fucking thing. It's kind of like there's a crisis down there. Anyway, this is the Ryan Harkness Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Ryan Harkness. I hope you are having an excellent Sunday evening. This show is broadcasted every Sunday evening, 8 Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube.com. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the little thumbs up button. Despite my shadow banning, I think it might help every now and then. I think Daniel Maxfield even mentioned that the algorithm allowed him to find me. I don't know if I'm fucking that up or if that's true, but stuff like that can happen, and I could get awesome super chats if you go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Also, super chats are available at buymeacoffee.com/Harkness Show. If you leave a small monetary donation, I will be happy to read that on air for you, and it would be much appreciated to keep this show going. And P.O. Box is available as well for analog super chats. So we're going to wrap up the whole border thing, and then I think we're going to take a break. But, you've seen me shit on Trump quite a bit on this show. I like Trump. I do like him. I think he's the funniest president that we ever had. I was hype about him every time he fucking ran. He kind of shit the bed when it comes to a bunch of stuff, in my opinion.
We have no choice.
I stand by those opinions. But what we have faced with now, this message when it comes to the border is much welcome. So when the man says based and cool shit, I am going to mention it. And I heard this when it comes to the border.
We have no choice. Within moments of my inauguration, we will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. No choice. We have no choice because this is not sustainable. It's no wonder Joe Biden and his thugs are so desperate to stop us. They know that we are the only ones who can stop them. They know that. We have no
Mass
choice.
deportation now. I love it. I am, fuck. When you say shit like that, bud, it does something to me. Don't you make me like you again. Don't you fucking make me like you again. John says, LOL, I work in Superior. I had to puke when he was in town. I assume talking about Biden in town. And I personally won't ever go to Earthrider where that pedo Mason went. I was on a little vacation and it was horrible. Like all my flights were fucked up. I was trying to go to Utah and like run around in the mountains and shit. It was the worst flight experience of my life. Every flight got delayed. I got fucking stuck in Chicago. It was a nightmare. But I remember I was in Las Vegas, about to leave the tarmac to go where I actually wanted to go. And all of a sudden, our plane stops and pulls off the tarmac and says, apologize for this delay, but the President Biden has just landed, and we're gonna have to wait for Air Force One to do what they're gonna do. It's another 3 hours added on top of it. It was one of those fucking National Lampoon's Vacation style fucking oh, what's next kind of deals that I wasn't even surprised at that point. But John, I resonate with that fucking mumbling retard he just has a way of finding you and making your life worse no matter where he is. But maybe one day we could reverse a little bit of that and send all these people home.
We have no choice. Within moments of my inauguration, we will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
That would be, I think Trump's full of shit on a lot of things. I kind of believe him on this. I kind of think a few people would be sent back if he got here again. Because he is cognizant of people like me who are like, fuck, man, you didn't fire Fauci, Operation Warp Speed, you funded the vaccine, you printed a bunch of money, you kind of shit the bed on a lot of stuff. If he somehow, and this isn't going to happen, slips through the fucking massive cheating hurdles that are going to be hurled at him this year, and becomes president, at this point, I'm going to vote for him. I'm sorry, I just am. There's no point in voting for any other Republican at this point. I'm going to vote for Trump because fuck it. Let's just see what happens. I want to see what happens. If he actually wins, the amount of salt that will flow, and I don't think this is going to happen. I think they're going to fuck it up and put it in our ass, just like they did last year with mail-in ballots and shit like that. Daniel, come on, I get you. I don't like it's begrudging. It really is. But I could do one of two things. I could not vote, which is probably what I'm really going to do. Or, write myself in. All those are empty gestures. But I could also vote for Trump and maybe put one little... I know it's gay and it's fucking fruitless. And I've said so much to the contrary. But, You're right. I am getting tricked. Fuck it if I am getting... You're right, Daniel. You're absolutely right. I am kind of a for falling for all this shit and still voting for them. I'll give you this, though. I'm not fucking excited about it. I don't want to. I wish I had an alternative. No wall. Are we going to get another no wall? You're right. He says, oh, we're going to fucking deport all kinds of... Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Like the giant wall that you built. All right. So I agree with you. All the world is a stage, as Wilco says. And all my bladder is completely full because I have to go pee-pee. I have to pour another whiskey. I have to do all the things. And we got to take a quick fucking 5-minute break. And not even 5-minute break. Just long enough to listen to a irrelevant fucking what's it called, parody song, and then we'll be back with more content. I still have plenty of show left over for you guys. This is the Ryan Harkness Show. You could follow me on Twitter at Ryan Harkness _, and you could send me money by going to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness Show. If people don't send me money, like Daniel Maxfield, Rex Warden, Wolco, Angie, everybody else that sends me money, it's time for other people. The other, like, at this point, 300 people that watch the show when the live stream goes off. Some of you replay niggas need to fucking contribute. But yeah, if I am not supported, it goes away. When the stuff that you like isn't supported, it goes away, ladies and gentlemen. Let me refresh this. Nope. Yeah, just as I thought. Nothing in there. Nothing but my sweet analog super chat from Daniel Maxfield this week. But you know what? He cleaned fucking house and he made up for all you other broke-ass bitches. But with that said, you can send me a super chat by going to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness Show. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Harkness _. We have to take a break. When I come back, what do we got for you when I come back? I have a circumcision activist that gave me the cold shoulder. I'm very interested in talking about this. And I might need some listener help as well. If you guys can help me out with this situation that I found myself in, I offered my show, my voice, my massive reach out to somebody, and it was snubbed. And maybe you guys can help me out with that. But we got that, and we have the new horrifically fucking gay and cringe parody, not even a parody song. I'm gonna make a parody song. The new legitimate MAGA rap song from Ben Shapiro and Tom Macdonald. We're gonna review that when we come up. All that and more after this quick break. This is the Ryan Harkness Show. Don't go anywhere, you fucking f***s. What song should I play? Should I play this one? No, I don't like that one. I like this one. There we go.
I want to open up Mike's Dildo City, okay? And I'm going to put it right next to Fat Diane Ernst's place. And you know what? I might even give her some competition in the thrift side. I'm going to sell used dildos. How do you like that? I got a whole section of used dildos.
You could be the next Dan's Fan City.
Oh, absolutely.
Except with dildos.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the simple fact that I'm recycling and having a used dildo section will put me on environmental maps everywhere.
Revolution.
Going green. You could actually have your ceiling fans made out of dildos.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Come on down to Max Hughes Dildo City where your ass gets screamed and you save $350. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah. Come on down to Max Hughes Dildo City, we clean the butt plugs so they are no shitty. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah. Our rubber penises come with a warranty. They're gently used but free disease, and our super low prices are tough to beat. If you can find a deal that's better than mine, stick it where the sun don't shine.
How do you like that? I got a whole section of used dildos. I guarantee you, I will have them properly cleaned.
I gotta tell you, if I Saw a dildo and it said Firehawk on it.
Dude, yeah.
Bags and bitches come out to play. You gotta relieve some stress at the end of the day. Ball to ball inventory, it's a dildo buffet. Saving the world one rubber dick at a time. Spanish polishes them up till they shine. Come on down to Mike's Used Dildo City where your ass gets ringed and you save $350. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah, yeah. Come on down to Mike's Used Dildo City. We clean the butt plugs so they aren't all shitty. Take one of our used dildos home. Some wiggle, some tickle, some vibrate and hum. We got great deals like 2 for 1. BOGO dildo means twice the fun. They're guaranteed to make you come. Or you could return it for a full refund. Come on down to Mike's Used Dildo City where your ass gets ringed and you save $350. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah, yeah. Come on down to Mike's Used Dildo City. We clean the butt plugs so they aren't all shitty. Take one of our used dildos home.
So come on down. So come on down. Come and take one of our used dildos home. Yeah, yeah. Welcome back to the Ryan Harkness Show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ryan Harkness. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking through the break. Second hour is after I get nice and toasty off of this glass of whiskey. I am a whiskey man. I am a whiskey drinker when it comes to Sundays, 8 p.m. to whenever p.m., right here on the Ryan Harkness Show. That's the only time I drink. This is a proxy for, remember back in the day, I know a lot of you are around my age, but we used to kick fucking, oh wait a minute, I'll get to your other link. It better not disappoint, Wilco. Don't abuse the fucking link sharing, but I want to see your Grateful Dead thing before I get into this. But remember when you guys used to go out and fucking kick Dollar Rita night or whatever, Dollar Coors Light night with your homies and fucking just sit around, get shit-faced, and fucking have a good conversation, have a good time? Like, that's what we're trying to do here. It's at least what I'm trying to do here. Since all that shit is dead and there's nothing but the internet, I'm doing it on the internet with you, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully we could share a few fucking laughs as well. So this is the Ryan Harkness Show. Back into it. I am going to check out, let me see. I'm going to hit your link, Wilco. Wait, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? The link in the chat. I'm going to copy that. Let's see if that'll work. Doink, doink. Or maybe I should go to that site over there. That way I could see. All right, I'm just going to give this a shot because when I clicked your link, it was broken, and that's not working. I'm going to try one more time. Doink. Go to site. All right, here. What the fuck? We had Tucker in the first hour. Obviously, we were talking about the border shit. Wilco, one of the mods in the chat, sent me a link. I'm always hesitant to click on links that anybody, even a trusted member of the community like Wilco, puts in. On the fly, you never know when you're on YouTube and you're getting in here and just see something sight unseen. But I've been known to dabble in the Grateful Dead myself. And this is a, where did that go? Did it go on here? Yeah, that's on browser too. This is a photo of Tucker Carlson with Jerry Garcia. And apparently what Wilco said, he was a fucking deadhead. Let me see if I can stretch this out a little bit. This is Tucker Carlson with Jerry himself. I assume, let me see, a little bit of math off the top of my head. That would be, fuck, when did Jerry Garcia die? In the 80s? So this has to be like, I would say this is 79, something like that. Yeah, that's Tucker. You're right, Wilco. That's him for sure. He apparently was a fucking deadhead and marking out to Jerry Garcia. Interesting. I don't fucking died in 1995, says Wilco. I did not know that, and it makes sense. I know Tucker liked to party. 1987, what did I say? 79. I was fucking almost 8 years away. That's not terrible, but it's not great either. But what are we getting into here? Oh, so this is going to be, I know Wilco has to be this old. I'm this old. Do you remember people like just going along with this? And I never understood why. I'm a huge fan of comedy. I love to fucking laugh. You might not know it from watching this dog shit show, but I really do like laughter, and I try to spread it as much as I can. Growing up, like people that I respected, and this is going to segue into something else, I promise. They were always like, you know, name the greats, name the fucking funniest comedians in the world. And so, of course, people are going to say Sam Kinison. Who else? Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, 2 black guys on that list, but rightfully so on there. And the list goes on and on, but somewhere, even in like the top 10 of that list, people will mention fucking Steve Martin. And I don't remember, it was like a few days ago, somebody mentioned Steve Martin, and I was like, fucking Steve Martin, because I made a mental note of this a long time ago, even when I was a young man. Like, I don't get the appeal of Steve Martin. Steve Martin has never made me laugh, ever. Even when he was on Saturday Night Live, it fucking, all his bits suck. It was not fucking, never once. When I hear somebody like, oh yeah, just ringing up like Sam Kinison, like Sam Kinison is not my fucking thing. Like I get the bit, and he has made me laugh here and there. He does have some funny bits. The shouting and it was kind of too 80s for me, too 80s spice jock for me, but I could still get it. When it comes to Steve Martin, like, people go, yeah, but The Jerk was funny, and the fucking, that movie where he had the big nose and shit, that was fun. Like, I guess they were all right, but when it comes to Steve Martin's comedy, this is the pinnacle of Steve Martin's shit. And I can't play too much of this. I think it's like copyrighted from Saturday Night Live, but this is one that if you ask a boomer, like, Steve Martin, like, you really think is funny? What's the funniest bit that he has? And they're like, oh yeah, have you ever seen the King Tut bit? The King Tut fucking bit that he did on Saturday Night Live? It's hilarious. You guys, this is comic genius.
King Tut.
Funny.
Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people.
All right, I can't play too much of it, you know, but you get what he says. I was born in Babylonia, moved to Babylonia, King Tut. Are they gonna? Yeah, they're gonna add me here. But I wasn't gonna be able to play too much of that anyway. But that's like the quintessential fucking thing that people mention when they're like, oh yeah, Steve Martin, his fucking King Tut bit is hilarious. Oh my god, the fucking ads, bro. Shit. I'm not buying YouTube Premium. But this, here we go. Ooh, disco.
He ate a crocodile.
Look at the production. They fucking, they have the whole band. Maybe that's not the band or whatever, but they have like the band dressed up as ancient Egyptians. They got this whole set. They did all of it for this dog shit bit. And this is Steve Martin's claim to fame.
He gave his life for tourism.
Yeah. right, enough of this. That's you get what I mean. It's fucking not funny. It sucks dick. It's just one of those things that reminded me, like, we just go along with some shit sometimes. We go along with the notion that Steve Martin was hilarious and he should be added to the fucking list of the greats. Should he? Should we just go along with fucking everything? Because, yeah, we go along with it. And that segues into what I want to get into now. Now, I'm going to preface this, people. If you could tweet this guy if you want, but make it nothing but cordial, nothing but polite. If you're going to be an ambassador of the Ryan Harkness show, I hope that you don't. Like, don't do this. Don't tweet him unless... no, just don't do it. But I asked a person to be on my show. This is a... Well, I'll pull up his Twitter bio here, and I have his family cut out of it because, you know, I'm not going to show somebody's family. But this guy's name is John Atkinson. Now, he came across my timeline with a couple tweets that I was like, oh, okay, well, what do we have going on here? He describes himself as a parent, a genital autonomy advocate, and he tweets about and I want to phrase this properly, he's not anti-circumcision, he is about maybe putting some consideration into the whole idea of circumcision. And oh, god damn it, I didn't mean to show his family in there. Why was it in there? All right, well, it is his public Twitter or whatever. And I do intend on sending him this clip, maybe starting right now, to explain like why I want this guy on my show so bad. I've never had, and John, if you end up listening to this, I've never seen just somebody, and I don't mean this like disparagingly, like an average Joe Schmo crawl across my Twitter timeline and be so intrigued that I want them to be on my show. This man talks about male circumcision and why maybe it's not like, why is it so by proxy in the United States? Why do we all circumcise our male babies like automatically in the United States? And that kind of struck a chord with me because, you know, I have two sons. I'm the father of a almost 13-year-old and I have a brand new baby as well. My 13-year-old son, that I think I was 26 or 27 when I had him. I just went with the flow. You know, you have a baby, it's a boy, you just get him circumcised. And I didn't think twice about it. It's just another line item, $175 on the bottom of the hospital bill, and they do it. I did it. I had it done to me. My dad had it done to him. Yada yada yada. Let's just get the baby circumcised. I never really thought about it until after he was circumcised, because when the actual procedure was done, my newborn baby was taken into, and this is like the point when you're really bonding with a baby and they're susceptible to connecting with you from like skin to skin contact, and it's a really initial importance, I think, when a newborn baby is brought into the world. It seemed weird to me that my newborn baby, and I never thought of this before, was brought into a few rooms down the hall for me while I waited out in the hall while the circumcision was supposed to be done. And I knew it was going to be done. And I heard my brand new baby boy screaming in horror and pain in a gut-wrenching newborn baby scream that has never left me to this day. I will never forget signing that piece of paper that says, yeah, go ahead and cut a piece of his penis off. And that actually happening, and I had to hear it. That's what was the catalyst to making me think about it. Like how horrible that experience was for me to listen to it. I don't know. When you're a baby, like, do we ever really remember that? I guess that's part of the argument and shit like that. But it was not something that I'd like to repeat. And when I had my second son just recently, it's something that I didn't repeat. Because if you listen to the show, I've awakened to some things that are associated with circumcision, and I thought about it a little bit more, and just as a result of thinking about it a little bit more, I was like, I'm not going to do it again. And his mom was like, I displayed my arguments to her, and she was like, you know what? I think I agree with you. Like, this is kind of weird. Because it was not only my experience, but like I was thinking about a parallel to this. Like, people have dogs. I know Australian Shepherds are one of these dogs. I think boxers, they do it to boxers. Like, certain breeds of dogs, they just lop the tails off of them. They just cut them off. They bob the tails. And you think, like, why do they do that? And when you ask the people, they, like, really listen to the answers. When it came to, like, I have an Australian Shepherd. I want to know, and she has her tail all the way, full tail. If you talk to some of the breeders, like, why do you lop the tails off of Australian Shepherds? And the litany of reasons that they give you are, when you think about them, they're preposterous. They're things like, oh, they're shepherds, so they're going to be chasing cattle or whatever, and you don't want the cattle to, like, bite their tail. Or they're going to be working, so you don't, like, they have floofy tails and they might get seeds in them. Or it's just like reasons that when you really think about it, you're like, wait a minute. Like, maybe we're just doing this because the person did it before us, and that person did it before them, and that happened again and again and again, and now this is just a trend that's just absolutely senseless. And I applied that thinking to circumcision. And I cannot really think, other than some superficial kind of silly reasons that I don't agree with, why you would get a chunk of a newborn baby's genitals sliced off without their consent, without any really good reason. I mean, that off the top of my head, the reasons that you are given to circumcise a newborn baby boy, it ends up being more, I guess, sanitary, which is not true. You could wash your body regardless of whether you cut it. Like, would you cut off your hand because now you don't have to wash your hand? Like, I don't understand that. The next reasons are like, okay, well, he's going to meet a woman one day, and she's going to be accustomed to a circumcised penis like it is in the pornos. So you want his penis to, you want your baby's penis to look like the pornos, right? Doesn't that sound a little weird? Like, number one, you're sexualizing a baby and thinking about his sexual future, and then you're degrading it to the point that you're like, oh, I want, when he comes across these ratchet little hoes that are going to reject him over a little extra penis skin, I have to save him from that by slicing off a chunk of his dick. Like, none of it makes sense to me. And maybe, I assume, since we're in America, or not everybody that listens to the show is from America, but are you guys in the chat? Are you guys circumcised? And like I am, I never got a choice in the matter. And this is the shit that I've thought about for a while since I had children, especially since after the experience with my first child. And that's why I saw this guy's tweets and it resonated with me. And I was like, holy shit. And John, if you're watching this, like, you're the first guy that I've ever encountered one of your tweets. And I'm like, shit, I have to have this guy on the show because he's more educated than I am in this field. I want to know what a genital autonomy advocate has to say about this issue. So I reached out to John and I said, hey, brother, I want to get you on the show, yada, yada, yada. It took a couple days and he got back to me and he was like, I checked out your show, in other words, and I was not impressed with the way that you conduct yourself. Not exactly his words, but he was like, you seem to have a very judgmental and I don't know what else he said, but I don't think so. And, you know, that didn't hurt my feelings or anything. I do have a very, you know, kind of divisive, shit posting kind of show. But the thing is, I think he thought that if I was going to bring him on this show, that ire would be directed at him. And that is not the case whatsoever, because for the most part, when I look at his tweets, I agree with him. I do think he is a legit genital autonomy advocate. I think I might be one as well, and I just wanted to talk about him with him about that kind of stuff, and I think I could probably learn some stuff from him. I think he knows a lot about, you know, the ins and outs of circumcision that I don't, that I'd rather, instead of skewering over his Twitter feed, just speak to him directly. And I thought it would be a very compelling conversation, definitely for me and my core audience. Anytime like I feel something's knocked out of the park, they usually do too. So I thought my audience would like it as well. So I genuinely wanted John to come on the show, and he politely declined. And you know what? I'm going to try one more time. I think I'm going to send him the clip of when I introduced him to maybe set a little bit better context, because I really think that he might have tuned into the show at God knows what episode, at God knows what point, and was like, oh, fuck this guy. You know, this is an ambush. This guy's gonna shit all over me. He's gonna make a joke out of me or something. No, John, if you've made it this far in the clip, and I am gonna send this clip to him as a last ditch effort to maybe have him change his mind. I agree with you, I believe, and I just want to hear it from your mouth rather than, you know, scouring your Twitter feed as to what you think. And when it comes to, you know, you cast accusations of me being kind of a shit poster kind of guy. I mean, is this not shit posting? I know you have a sense of humor as well, because I immediately got this joke that you made by putting up this poll. John says, this is a poll on Twitter: child molesters are bad, circumcision is good. Now, this threw people into a... They didn't know what to think about this, but I immediately got it. I immediately got what he was saying. The vast majority of people who follow him, at least, voted no. No to the statement, child molesters are bad, circumcision is good. And you might think, well, why would you say no to that? Does that mean that child molesters are good? No, it just means, and John, listen, you're a little bit of a shit poster yourself. It's proving it by this point, this post that you made. You made a declarative statement that had two parts. You put up a poll that said, child molesters are bad, period. Circumcision is good. Now, if you were to vote yes on that poll, that would mean both those statements in that post were true. That both child molesters are bad and circumcision is good. But I believe, and I know this was your intention, that why most people voted no is because despite the fact that obviously child molesters are bad, circumcision is not inherently good. And John, I have questions when it comes to circumcision and the industry and why we do it and all that kind of shit. And I'm not out to like make a joke out of it or anything. Like, I hope you didn't think that I intended to do. I just want to talk to you about that stuff, bud. Like I said, I have 2 children. One of them is they're both boys. One of them is circumcised. The other is not. And there's a reason why the second one is not, because we went through it the first time. And you got stuff like this. Like, this is a bill. So I don't know what bill this is. This is, it says House Bill. It's hard for me to read the small print. HB 1011, as introduced. State of New Hampshire. This is a bill out of New Hampshire, I believe, that was to combat like trans shit. Like maybe stop children from going under the knife for gender reassignment surgery, something like that. But they put a bunch of language about with the exception of circumcision, with the exception of the accepted practice of circumcision, with the exception of the accepted practice of circumcision. That language is out throughout the whole bill, which, you know, by virtue of the language of that being in the bill itself, you kind of acknowledge that circumcision is genital mutilation. And that's the kind of stuff that I wanted to talk about you with, John. So if, you know, I'm gonna send you this last few minute clip, and I won't bother you after that. If you decide that you don't want to come on the show after that, I'll stop bugging you. But I think we could have a good conversation. I'd like you to come on, so that'd be cool. But I'll send that to you, and if not, like I said, I'll stop bugging you. But that's something that I came across. I'll probably talk about circumcision at one point on the show. If John doesn't come on, I'll just do it by myself. But like, what better dude to do it with than a guy who is practically an expert in the deal? So if you tweet John, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but make sure it's completely polite, because I think he thought that I was going to be a dick to him, and he kind of declined to be on the show. So I'm going to clip this. I'll send it to him, hopefully to add a little bit of context. If he changes his mind, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But yeah, that's something that I you know, it's rare when I really want to have a guest on the show, and that's one of the guests that I want to have a show. All right, moving on. You guys have been waiting for it. Let's see if this is the one that...
Johnson, you're fired.
I'm going to click Wilco's link again here. Let me turn that down. There's a ad in it. All right. We might have to go to that afterwards. But I want to get into the namesake of the title, this episode 20 of the Ryan Harkness Show. That is Facts. Now, why did I call this episode Facts? Because the most cringe gay thing in this sector ever just popped out the other day. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Shapiro, along with Trump rapping, I don't know, right-wing rapper Tom Macdonald, has come out with a new song. What an unlikely collaboration. Ben Shapiro and Tom Macdonald, they have come out with a brand new song. We're going to review it tonight. I'm going to have to punctuate it greatly with my commentary so I don't get popped as far as copyright strikes goes. But we're going to check that out tonight. Now, when it comes to this cover art, you know, some creative folks might have altered it by doing what you think they would do. And, you know, the obvious thing happened. Somebody did it. Somebody had to do it. It wasn't me. Somebody else did this. But somebody called these two gentlemen f***s. Now, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that, but the fact of the matter is that a brand new rap song is out, and we should probably take a look at it and see how good it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Facts by Tom Macdonald. Oh, my God.
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper.
So this is what are all his songs like this? Dibbity dibbity bibbity bobbity boobity 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 bee. They call me offensive, so controversial. There's only two genders, you guys, boys and girls. I didn't think to do this, but let's check this out. I'm going to scroll down to, let's listen to a little bit more of it.
The whole freaking world claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to
Okay. So it's a bunch of that. Liberals are the real racists, yada, yada, yada. But the point is, there's a cameo on this song by none other than Ben Shapiro. Yeah, that's right. Ben Shapiro raps in this song. We're going to check that out, and then we're going to look at the comments. I didn't think to look at the comments, but I have an inkling of a feeling we're going to see something that resembles a pattern. Ben Shapiro, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are.
This is so bad. I'm going to say this right now. If you enjoy this, if you are an avid Tom Macdonald fan, even if it's Daniel Maxfield, I know that it's not him, but somebody who would send a massive super chat in the mail, it doesn't matter who you are, how ingratiated you are to this show or to me, stop listening. I want to see at least one person drop out of the chat to know that I don't have a fan of Ben Shapiro rapping, and there's no way that when I wake up tomorrow and when you wake up tomorrow, you're on your way to work, you don't have Ben Shapiro's voice bumping out of your fucking car while you're driving to your job. I can't have these as listeners.
Me on the internet, my comment section all woke Karens, and I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki takes them.
He makes racks off compound interest. It's a Jew joke, right? What happens if I make jokes like that? What happens if I make a blanket statement like, oh yeah, Jews are in charge of the banking industry and they created usury and compound interest? Yeah, my channel gets slapped. But he could just make silly little jokes about it on Tom Macdonald's song, and it's pushed.
I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1. This ain't rap.
Jesus Christ, he's such a dork. Like, he can't even put it on for a second. You can't fucking, for the one rap song that you're going to do in your entire life, you can't put a little bit of fucking energy or fun into it. Let's make a rap. Let's make a Billboard #1. God damn.
I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1. This ain't rap. This ain't money.
Oof. Like I said, I don't know how much of this I could play continuously, but this is the worst thing that has come out in our sector in a long time. It makes me sick to my stomach that I am tied ideologically with people that enjoy this shit. Like I said, let's take a look at the comments. I have a feeling, and I promise you I haven't looked at any of these comments, but they're going to be very boomer-esque comments, and they're going to say something like, you know, I don't normally like the hip-hop rapidy rap, but when you guys say Trump and Ben Shapiro gets on the track, this is all right. So let's see what the top comments are. Again, I haven't read these. We see Ben Shapiro winning his first BET award is going to be lit. Ben Shapiro rapping is the funniest thing ever. Facts should be trending #1 on YouTube. This is odd because Ben's part is the best part of the song, and his actual straight bars, that shit sucked. That was garbage. It's not the best part. It's all the worst part. Damn, I got that text-to-speech flow. It does sound like text-to-speech. Let's listen to Ben Shapiro's part again. It sounds like they didn't even put a microphone in front of him. They just did like a Ben Shapiro text-to-speech thing and made the rap song.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into
look at the graphs. Look at the charts. It sounds like a computer.
and I'm on television. Dog, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment.
You're hating on me on the internet. My comments are all Karens.
Sectional woke Karens, and I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes.
Nikki, take some notes. I just do this for fun.
Just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
Yeah, it's real genuine shit. It's real awesome genuine shit. Hey, Ben Shapiro, you really laid down these tracks. You didn't fucking like have AI just do it, or did you? Like, why should anybody listen to you or your show instead of the Ryan Harkness show? What do you think about that?
Listen to the Ryan Harkness show, not mine.
Well, I tend to agree that we should listen to the Ryan Harkness show and not yours.
Listen to the Ryan Harkness show, not mine.
Okay, well, I guess anybody can make Ben Shapiro rap. Somebody give me something in the chat. I'll make Ben Shapiro say it. I am Ben, and I'm... Wonder if I put gay. I don't know if that'll work. The AI is a little bit weird. Let's see if that works. It's processing now. This is Ben Shapiro saying, I am Ben and I'm gay. It's always fun to see if these things work. Here we go.
Ben and I'm gay.
Is he coming? What the fuck? Oh my god, you guys. All I put in is I am Ben and I'm gay, like multiple A's. Let me show you my screen. And I want you to hear what the computer popped out again. Where's browser 1? All right, up there. It's I am Ben and I'm gay. That turns into, listen to this. You guys, you heard Ben Shapiro. His wife does not have a wet ass pussy, but they definitely, I believe they have children, so they've been sexual at some point. This is how that sounds when, and I know this is grotesque, but when Ben Shapiro finishes up.
And I'm gay. I am Ben and I'm gay.
Oh fuck. I think that's what they did for the production of this dog shit song. It sounds like AI to me. Like he didn't even try to. Can't you just sit down and spit bars, Ben? No, I'm not gonna do it. Have the fucking machine do it for me. Seriously though, if you like Facts by Tom Macdonald, Minecraft yourself immediately. you are most certainly part of the problem. Ben doesn't even like it. Ben is just grifting by doing this shit. And so is Tom Macdonald by doing this shit. I could prove it because Ben Shapiro had previously tweeted this. Fact. Rap isn't music, and if you think it is, you're stupid. How about people that purchase that song on iTunes or listen to it? Are they stupid? Like your biggest contributors, all those Daily Wire boomers, that go, oh, I don't listen to rap usually, but this shit's pretty cool because you said Trump is good and derp. What about that, Benny boy? You get the internet never forgets that you called all your boomer retard sycophants stupid who downloaded that song. It doesn't matter, though. You could say whatever you want, and people are still fucking going to buy it. What do you think about that, Ben?
I am Ben, and I'm Gil.
I know you are. You are Ben, and you're But the point is with the creation of this terribly cringe song, you know, somebody who's known for making parody songs is going to get a hold of that. And typically, you know, you can't, if you're going to make a parody song of Ben Shapiro and Tom Macdonald song, you can't just rip it from their instrumental or use somebody else's instrumental. You have to be able to be talented enough to make your own instrumental. And one of these days, somebody is going to work on that, and they're going to produce their own instrumental, and I'm pretty sure somebody is going to shit all over Tom Macdonald and Ben Shapiro's fucking thing. That would be horrible. I don't know who would do that. I don't know who is talented enough to make their own Ben Shapiro, Tom Macdonald instrumental. But somebody's going to do it. And when they do, they might switch up the lyrics. And when they switch up the lyrics, it could be fucking anything. You know, it could be about, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's going to make an instrumental eventually, and then they're going to parody this song, and it's going to get a ton of hits. I don't know who's going to do that, but when that talented nigga does, it's going to fucking humiliate these people. And when that guy tweets out that song, that parody song, make sure you don't at Ben Shapiro and at Tom Macdonald when that thing drops. Because if you do, I mean, they're going to feel like fools. You can't do that.
I comment section all woke Karens, and I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents.
So whenever that sexy genius remakes this this instrumental, who knows what the world is going to do with it. But I just hope that doesn't happen. I really don't. Let's turn that off. But yeah, if you like Tom Macdonald and Ben Shapiro's music, number one, go do anything else. Go do some drugs or something. Dude, taste life in any aspect that you possibly can, because there's no way that you've experienced joy before if Ben Shapiro rapping gives you joy. I understand it if you're like my aunt or something and you're like, okay, I'll put this on Facebook. Other than that, there can't be millions. Some of you, not you, obviously, not you people that listen to the show, but some of you out there are bumping that. And it's despicable. You should be ashamed of yourselves. All right, so that's Ben Shapiro and Cringe Macdonald making facts. What else do we got? I don't know if you guys saw this, but Taylor Swift is getting mad because of images like this one. Now, these are getting harder and harder to find when it comes to Facebook and not Facebook, Twitter. Twitter is where they proliferated at first, but somebody got into the trend of making Taylor Swift generated AI pseudo porn, I would guess. I just want to know, like, out of what mind did this come from? To have Oscar the Grouch backblasting Taylor Swift. And she's getting mad because, you know, Mr. Free Speech, Elon, it's fucking hard to find. When these first came out, it was slathered all over Twitter. And now they're few and far between. And there were some spicy ones, too. There were some ones that were pretty good, but they're kind of gone now. I found, I didn't know if I was able to do this on YouTube, but I found a few videos where they, like, kind of blurted out and shit, and they didn't get popped. So I'll steal one of those, and you could see some more of these Taylor Swift shots. This is a computer.
On Wednesday night, some disturbing and highly explicit images of Taylor Swift, generated by artificial intelligence, started to...
This one was a good one. It looked real. The blur you see back there is like, you know, her getting popped by homeboy in the Chiefs jersey back there. A lot of Chiefs stuff. I guess she goes to Chiefs games, and they made these.
On X, formerly Twitter. The actual source of these images is unknown, but they are a clear and disgusting violation of Swift's
Disgusting.
privacy and dignity. This article will not show these images as they are completely unacceptable. Swift's fans, Swifties, were quick to express their anger and disgust at the images of the pop star.
This one's a good one if you could find it. You know, a lot of people think that... What happened?
On Wednesday night, some disturbing and highly will not show these images as they are complete images of the pop star, and they took action to bury...
It's like her ass is facing the camera, and on each ass cheek, it's like FK on one ass cheek for fuck and ME on the other. And they made her ass look probably better than it looks in real life, for sure. The computers are getting weird, people, like what they could do. I just want to know, like, what AI generator do I have to sign up for to make shit like this? I'll pay money for it. I have some ideas myself.
The Taylor Swift AI trending topic with unrelated
I think that's
posts.
it from...
they showed their support for Swift.
This guy's gay little royalty-free music video, but if you guys scour the internet, you could probably still find them on there. John says, child trafficking and sex slavery, okay, but White House is concerned for Taylor Swift. Yeah, we have to... priorities, man. Like... all kinds of people rushing over the border. Some of the babies that do that are being trafficked by coyotes. Like, that's business as usual. That shit's okay. But naughty pictures of Taylor Swift, like, we got to crack down on that. And look, not all of them were sexual. Not all of them were sexual. Some of them are here to appeal to people like Wolko, like this one. Like, whoever knew that Taylor Swift was a devout anti-Semite who was a member of the SS. Nobody could have conjured that other than the minds of very sick people that need to be stopped on the internet. This stuff has to end now. We cannot be portraying Taylor Swift as a Jew-baking Nazi. That's just not fucking cool, you guys. So... it's not funny. Wolko, stop laughing. I'm being serious here. You're laughing now. I don't know why. Like, this is disgusting. This is, this hurts my heart that people would ascribe this kind of behavior to. She's got a pan and everything. Like, she's cooking them. Like, she's going to just braise him and eat him later. It's so not funny. It's not funny, Wolko. Stop laughing. It's fucking unhumane of you. But yeah, that's the Taylor Swift stuff. People are... You're a Chiefs fan, by the way. People have turned Taylor Swift's likeness and image into all kinds of horrible things, and it's the Streisand effect, people. If you go, no, stop, I guarantee you there will be more Taylor Swift images in perpetuity. Like this might be one of those things that lasts on the internet forever, and 10 years from now, a second generation down the line, when kids like don't even know who Taylor Swift is, they're like, oh, that's just that girl that gets memed on fucking everything. CMK Shadow says, old school fucking listener. Older than any of you guys, actually. This is back in the Bubba the Love Sponge days with CMK Shadow. Celeb fakes have been around since the beginning of time. Yeah, but do you remember the old celeb fakes, CMK? Do you remember when you were like, oh, I want to see, I really want to see Carmen Electra getting fucking piped in the ass. And maybe you search for something like that. It was like a kindergartner took a piece of construction paper that Carmen Electra's face was printed on and cut it out with plastic handled scissors and pasted it onto. It's not the same. It's not the same as like fucking let me see. Let me find a good one. Like like this shit right here. This looks real. This isn't that old school fucking bitmap 56K dial up celeb fakes. This is something that's believable. Like the uncanny valley is kind of closing with some of this shit. I know it's fake when I look at stuff, but pretty soon, like this is just, it's in the infancy. Like pretty soon this shit is going to get really, really good. Wilco, you're a Chiefs fan. I'm not much of a sports ball fan, but I saw this and I thought it was fucking cool. This guy catches his own fucking pass. So he goes for a pass. A defender tips it. It tips off the guy's fucking fingers and pops in the air. The quarterback runs up and fucking catches it for a completion. Doink. Oh, he's the only one there. You can tell when quarterbacks, like, they want to keep their career too. They don't want to get hurt at all. He could have fucking ran it. No, I guess he kind of got tripped there. I thought he took a fall, but I thought that was cool. You don't see that very often. A fucking QB catching his own fucking do. How do you do that? You get how do you throw to yourself? I think there are some videos of people, I don't know if they're real or not, like they're in the backyard and they got a house in front of them, and like they open a door through the house to where the back door's open and the front door's open, and they throw it up over the house and run through the house and fucking catch it on the other side. I don't know if that's real or not, but I have seen some shit like that. But that's the first NFL deal I've ever seen when a QB actually caught his own fucking catch. All right. Look, guys, thank you to everybody. You have been a great audience tonight. Maybe I should make sure I did not get another super chatterino. It doesn't look like I did. Let me refresh that. But if you do feel so inclined, you not any live listeners now. We're done. We're ending the show. But all you replay motherfuckers who aren't as cool as Daniel Maxfield, getting out fucking pen and paper and stamps and shit, sending analog super chats, you don't even have to go through all that. You could just you could easily just go, this is one of the 200, 300 or so people that watch this program on replay. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness show. I know you guys are watching it week after week. is send me a fucking couple bucks to make this worth doing. And make sure you follow me at Ryan Harkness _ on Twitter. That's very important. And most important of all, make sure you share out the link to this stream. Thank you, Wilco, for sharing the link to donate in the chat. You guys, that's about it. That's all I got for you tonight. But I'm going to end with one of my, in the beginning of the show I mentioned there's not too many YouTubers left that I care to watch or listen to. Daniel Maxfield gave me the suggestion of, and I did write this down. It's where the fuck did it go? Don't say it again. I'm gonna find it. Raging Dissident. I'm gonna check that out. But anybody else got anything? No. Yeah. Thank you again, Daniel Maxfield, for your generous super chat. But, yeah, there's not much left on YouTube. But this is a guy that I've always liked. Number one, check out Forgotten Firearms if you're a gun guy. That's a great YouTube channel. Old school YouTube shit that is fucking what YouTube is for. Fuck this political stuff. That's for something else that I'm probably going to move to on Rumble. But, like, when it comes to YouTube stuff, you should check out Forgotten Firearms and Wrangler Star. Wrangler Star has great videos that are of substantial quality. He'll teach you how to do stuff, homesteading, shit like that. But every now and then he has commentary on what's going on in the world. And this is one of his shorts that came over my fucking desk recently. We're going to close out the show with this. And I thought it was very interesting. And let's check out what Wrangler Star has to say.
You're going to want. I'm about to call the United States Navy. You're going to want to hear this conversation.
This is kind of wild.
America's Navy, this is Petty Officer Adam.
Hey, Adam. This is Cody. I'm calling from Washington State.
Hello, Cody. I am in Oregon State.
Yes, I just heard on TikTok that you guys are no longer requiring GEDs or high school diplomas. Is that true?
Will do, Senior. You still there?
Yes.
Okay, so the new work, so yes, apparently that is correct. But the caveat to that is you have to score 50 or above on the ASVAB.
All right, well, thank you for clarifying that. Looks like we're going to war.
Well, thanks for giving me information.
Thanks
for giving me some information, so I appreciate it, and I learned a little bit, so good to go. Yeah, if you have any more questions or anything, reach out to us, okay?
Okay, thanks. That. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Recruiter. We're going to listen to that one more time. They have dropped the, I guess, intelligence requirements for
I'm about to
joining the United States Navy and probably all the other branches as well. Navy used to be a little bit higher. You used to have to score a little bit higher on the ASVAB to get in. Not to just be a grunt sailor or anything, but to get a decent job there, they would scrutinize you. Believe me. And I guess they're doing away with that because they need meat for the grinder. Let's hear this one more time.
It's Navy. You're going to want to hear this conversation.
America's Navy, this is Petty Officer Adam.
I like how he knew with such supreme confidence that
I'm
it was
about
going
to
go
call
like
the United States
too.
Navy. You're going to want to hear this conversation.
America's Navy, this is Petty Officer Adam.
Hey, Adam. This is Cody. I'm calling from Washington State.
Hello, Cody. I am in Oregon State.
Yes, I just heard on TikTok that you guys are no longer requiring GEDs or high school diplomas. Is that true?
Will do, Senior.
Are you, Wolko? The crayon eaters have the highest requirement for the ASVAB now? That's wild.
You still there?
Yes.
Okay, so the new work, so yes, apparently that is correct. But the caveat to that is you have to score 50 or above on the ASVAB.
Ooh, 50.
All right, well, thank you for clarifying that. Looks like we're going to war.
Well,
yep.
Thanks for giving me information. Oh, well, let's hope not. But thanks for giving me some information. So I appreciate it, and I learned a little bit. So good to go.
Yep.
Yeah, if you get any more questions or anything.
It's coming down the pipes, guys.
I appreciate that. Have a good day. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah,
we're going to war.
You don't have to be a genius to see what's coming down the fucking pipes. Make sure you follow Wrangler Star. Let me
Here's
get
a new.
his
I'm about to
shiz in the fucking deal. Doink. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it in the chat real quick. Yeah, he's just like one of the better old school fucking YouTubers. Good shit on there. Just in a world of fucking annoyances and dog shit content, you could always count on Wrangler Star to put something good up on this fucking dog shit website every now and then. That's about it, guys. That's all I got for you tonight. That is it. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the Ryan Harkness Show. Thank you to all the fucking mods. Thank you to Daniel Maxfield. I'm glad to have fucking popped your super chat cherry tonight, and you popped my analog super cherry tonight with the big $100 super chat from Daniel Maxfield. Let me just check one more time to make sure, because the last thing I ever want to do is miss one from somebody else. Refresh. Looks like nothing in the fucking bucket. That's right. I know times are tough, everybody, and I wouldn't fucking be hyped to send money to an e-fag like myself either. But if you are so inclined to do so, especially you replay niggas that don't give anything, you know where to do it. Just do it. That's been it, you guys. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to everybody that showed up live. That's about it this week for the Ryan Harkness Show. Catch us next week, Sunday, 8 p.m. to whenever p.m. Central. And I have a feeling you should probably follow me at Ryan Harkness _ because I have a feeling something's finna drop in between now and the next show. I don't know what it is. It's just I got kind of a fucking feeling, you know, like a gut feeling. Call me crazy. I have a feeling if you follow me at Ryan Harkness _ you will be privy to some pretty fucking fun shit that's coming out. And make sure you retweet that shit because that's it, guys. I'll catch you next week. This has been the Ryan Harkness Show. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Daniel.
I don't care if I offend you.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at
pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. I don't care if I offend.